What if I told you that your brain is actively rejecting success because staying miserable feels neurologically safer?
The hook. What if I told you that your brain is actively rejecting success because staying miserable feels neurologically safer? It sounds crazy, right? We all claim we want the dream job, the perfect relationship, the financial freedom, and the absolute peak of our potential. Yet the moment we inch closer to having it all, a strange panic sets in. We procrastinate, we pick fights, we ghost opportunities, and we pull the rug out from under our own feet. This isn't laziness, and it certainly isn't a lack of ambition. It is the psychology of self-rejection. Today, we are going to explore the terrifying nature of success, why your mind perceives happiness as a threat, and exactly how you can rewire this hidden psychological trap before it steals your future, familiar misery. To understand why success terrifies you, you first have to understand how your brain is wired for survival, not happiness. Your brain operates like a highly protective, yet incredibly outdated predictive machine. It loves the familiar, because the familiar is predictable. Even if your current situation is stressful, unfulfilling, or downright miserable, your brain knows exactly how to survive it. It has the data. It knows the daily rhythm of your anxiety. Success, on the other hand, is uncharted territory. It brings new responsibilities, new expectations, and the terrifying possibility of a harder fall. To your nervous system, the unfamiliarity of extreme joy or sudden achievement registers as a massive psychological threat. It prefers the familiar misery over the unfamiliar happiness because predictability feels like safety. Cognitive dissonance. This brings us to a powerful psychological concept known as cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance occurs when your deeply held beliefs about yourself clash with the reality of your current experiences. If you have spent years internalizing the belief that you are unworthy, struggling, or just average, that becomes your baseline identity. When you suddenly achieve something remarkable, a psychological friction violently erupts. Your reality says that you are successful, but your core identity whispers that you are a fraud. The brain despises this inconsistency. To resolve the tension, it will unconsciously drive you to sabotage the success so that your reality matches your negative self-belief once again. You aren't destroying your success because you hate winning. You are doing it to prove your inner critic right. Imposter syndrome. As you cross the threshold into higher achievement, this internal friction often manifests as severe imposter syndrome. You look around at your accomplishments, the accolades, or the healthy relationship you have built, and instead of feeling pride, you feel a lingering dread. You feel like a trespasser in your own life. The voice in your head convinces you that you simply got lucky, that a huge mistake was made, and that any day now, everyone is going to wake up and expose you. This dread is a sophisticated defense mechanism. By constantly doubting your right to be there, you are emotionally bracing yourself for the fall you firmly believe is inevitable. It is a tragic paradox where the harder you work to build a beautiful life, the more terrified you become of losing it. The upper limit problem. Psychologists often refer to this phenomenon as the upper limit problem. We all have an internal thermostat for how much love, wealth, and success we believe we are allowed to experience. When we hit that invisible ceiling, our subconscious mind trips the circuit breaker. Everything is going perfectly, so we unconsciously start an unnecessary argument with our partner. Business is booming, so we suddenly neglect our health or make reckless choices. We reach a profound state of peace, so we manufacture drama to bring the chaos back. We do this to lower the temperature of our lives, back down to a level of suffering we are accustomed to tolerating. Recognizing this invisible ceiling is the most crucial step in personal evolution. You must realize that you are the one putting out the fire of your own potential. Rewiring, awareness. So how do we stop this destructive cycle? How do we stop rejecting the very things we have spent our whole lives fighting for? The first step to rewiring your brain is radical, non-judgmental awareness. When you catch yourself procrastinating on a major opportunity or feeling deeply anxious when things are going perfectly well, do not judge yourself. Do not label yourself as broken or self-destructive. Instead, pause and acknowledge the fear. Say to yourself that your brain is panicking right now, not because something is wrong, but because something is incredibly right, and that feels entirely new. By simply labeling the feeling as a primitive protective reflex rather than a permanent character flaw, you instantly strip away its power over you. You begin to separate your conscious ambition from your subconscious conditioning. Tolerating joy. The second step is what I like to call expanding your joy tolerance. Because your nervous system is easily overwhelmed by massive positive shifts, you have to acclimate yourself to happiness, just like a deep-sea diver slowly acclimates to pressure changes in the ocean. When something wonderful happens, your immediate instinct might be to deflect a compliment, downplay a massive achievement, or immediately start worrying about the next disaster. Stop right there. Force yourself to sit in the discomfort of that positive emotion for just 10 seconds longer than you normally would. Breathe deeply into the feeling of pride. Let the compliment sink into your bones. Gradually, day by day, you are proving to your nervous system that it is completely safe to be successful, to be loved, and to be truly happy. Embracing the new normal. Ultimately, overcoming the fear of success is about allowing your entire identity to evolve. You must be willing to grieve the old version of yourself, the version that was comfortable in the struggle, the one who bonded with others over shared misery and endless complaints. Authentic success requires you to step boldly into an entirely new paradigm. It demands that you fully accept you are worthy of the good things that happen to you. Your brain will eventually catch up, and what once felt like a terrifying, dizzying peak will soon become your new beautiful baseline. Stop apologizing for your personal growth. Stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces and mindsets you have outgrown long ago. The success you are so terrified of is simply the universe, asking you if you are finally ready to meet your true self. The inspirations are yours. Subscribe, like, and watch all the video in this channel.